So additional thoughts for Barter 6 by Young Thug. And I've been kind of sitting here thinking, how do I describe how I feel about this album? Because I really like it. But it's kind of hard to describe why I like it. In the first note I took this first thing on Friday. Sheesh! And I didn't do it right. He does it about 100 times better than I do it on check, man. The playfulness, the fun, the free spirit that exists in Young Thug in his voice and how he uses his voice is so wonderful. And then the second note I have is perfect blend of hip hop and ambient. Never thought I'd see the day. And it's absolutely true. And I think it's really quite the pairing of vocal performance and playfulness and fun and this neat, elegant, light production that just gives him all this room, but is still in itself pretty wonderful, in my opinion. And I think a lot of my love for this album kind of derives from my love for ambient, because my favorite song still is Dream. I love Dream. I think it's a fantastic song. Now, I did notice between driving and listening to it here with my headphones on, it sounds a lot better with my headphones on because I can hear all those subtle sounds, whereas driving, I get a bit of road noise in my car. So it's harder to hear some of those subtle notes. So I think Barter 6 headphone experience is tremendous. And it's this fun mix for me of just playfulness, but also like calm. I don't know how to fucking describe it, man, honestly. And I feel stupid for, I guess this isn't like a review, and I'm not even really into what I would say is a traditional, conventional review. I like more talking about the experience I have with stuff, with music. But sometimes, man, an album is just so good, and it's so enjoyable, and it's so easy to listen to, and people, you kind of ask yourself the question, well, yeah, but why? I don't know. I don't know. And maybe it's just because of my own lack of music experience. I don't play music. I've never wanted to play music. I don't know how to read music or anything like that. I don't know anything in terms of like a proper education in music. I just love listening to it. And it's always been that way. I've had friends, I've had chances where I could have learned, obviously could, do classes and stuff. I just like listening to it. And Barter 6, man, from that moment, the first reaction, and maybe this is kind of special too, is because it's so new to me. There's so many times when I see comments, people talking about, man, I wish I could listen to that again for the first time. I still have just a little bit of that. I'm familiar with the songs now, but they're still new enough to me that as I do have my headphones on and I do hear these little tiny sounds, or I hear Young Thug kind of spin his voice around a little different that I didn't recognize the first time, I'm still finding new little gems with each additional listen. And so the album continues to be fun, on top of already being very enjoyable because of Young Thug and his voice and how he plays with his voice. Doesn't take himself serious. He's got some silly lines. It's really fun to hear somebody play with their voice because it really doesn't happen that often, One of my favorite bands, Tool, the singer, he had said years ago that he was trying to experiment with using his voice as an instrument in some of the songs, but he ended up not doing it because he was like, well, nobody's going to get it. And I think he's right, because there was a couple things that happened where it was like, yeah, people didn't get it, and it's like, no, this is actually really cool, and I was like, no, this is like the only other note I have is he's in prison now, and I didn't look into why. I don't want to know why. Honestly, I've had some albums ruined. Ugly by Slow Tie was essentially ruined for me because he's not in jail, but he's facing rape charges, and it makes that album a lot harder to listen to. I kind of like having the differentiation. I can't say the word. Separation. We'll use that instead, between person and music, even though obviously the one spills into the other quite commonly. But it is sad to think about this person who has had this light, playful voice, this ability to just have fun on a microphone, is now in prison. And whether or not he should be, that's not up to me. Apparently, a jury has already decided that. But every now and then I'd be listening to the album and it would just kind of pop in there. And it's just kind of wild how you never know where your life's going to go. You just never know. But what's cool with Barter 6 is I would immediately, as soon as I would like start getting serious mentally and like maybe starting to think about this topic a little bit, it would just pull me right back out. The light production, the fun lyrics, the great inflections of the voice and how he shifted around and stuff like that. It's cool. Cool ride. And, kind of a short video. That's okay, I suppose. It's hard to describe what makes it so great for me just because I kind of love it. And I feel like there are times for me with certain things that are really special, that you really enjoy. It's almost like you don't want to analyze it too much. It's almost like as you analyze it, you start to kind of disassemble it, and then you start to see how it's constructed and how it came to be, and it loses the magic a little bit rather than not taking it apart, not learning why it does what it does and how it does it so well. And so it stays a little mysterious, and because it's mysterious, it remains fun type of a thing. I don't know. But yeah, really enjoyed Barter 6. With me too, in terms of trap, I haven't like really gotten into trap yet. Like I feel like there's been albums I've enjoyed. I liked Astro World quite a bit. I listened to Rodeo again. Yeah, cool. I kind of like the Yeet album quite a bit. I like that one. Benny X is great. Yeet's pretty good. But nothing's really like grabbed me. And I never thought the solution would be, just add more ambient. Slow down the production even more and then have somebody just dance around on top of that with their voice. But Barter 6 nails it, man. I think for me, this is my favorite trap album that I've listened to quite easily, honestly. It's just fun. That's it. Okay, y'all. Well, Friday will be the final weekend of October. However, it will be the first official weekend of November, meaning I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing for the rest of the year. I have an idea. I have a pretty strong idea in mind of which album I'm going to do Friday. There is another in contention, but it's very unlikely. I'll give you a hint of what the album will be Friday. The name of the album starts with a letter from the English alphabet. There you go. There you go. You can crack that code. You'll know what's coming Friday. My wife's just shaking her head. She knows how much I enjoy torturing everybody by not saying what I'm going to listen to next. Good old Barter 6. Oh, I don't think I mentioned too, like Jeffrey. I'll definitely do Jeffrey. And then what is it? Beautiful Thugger Girls or something. Definitely more Young Thug coming in the future. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you.